Hey everybody, this is J-Dog for Life here, bringing you another gaming review. Now today, we're going to be talking about the Heligoland Bight map, which is one of the two new maps in the Turning Tides DLC that just came out. Now this map is mainly focused on naval gameplay. Now, it's focused on two islands, one is big, one small. Now the small island is focused on, it's kind of like a beachhead with some trenches and everything, and it has a destroyer that has crashed into it. And I definitely love that because it feels like a D-Day type feeling. It gives me that feeling, and I really love that. Now the big map, on the other hand, is a big mountain-like map, or big mountain-like island, and it has these rocks and edges and cliffs all around it. It does have a little beach part around it with a bunker that definitely makes for some pretty good gameplay, but I like the cliffs because it kind of bottlenoses everybody into shooting in one area, kind of like tunnels on Battlefield 4 and everything. And I absolutely love that because it's just really intense firefights with grenades and anti-tank grenades and cannons and machine gun fire. Just everybody's just going ham at that one spot, and I definitely love that. But the main thing about this game, which is awesome, is because it's focused on naval gameplay and it has two islands that the area goes all the way around. So when all the ships are out at the same time, it is really fun because they're all duking it out. Because you have destroyers, you have the airships, you have the torpedo boats, and the transport boats. And I really love that because the destroyers are just really fun to play. One thing I definitely think that they could capitalize on in this game is putting submarines in the game. I think that would be a really smart move and make the gameplay that much more intense, because you'd have the destroyers having to maneuver around without taking any bombardment from depth charges from the destroyer, which would be fun to drop if you're a destroyer, because those torpedo boats already do loads of damage. But to actually have some depth charges to drop if there's a submarine in the water would definitely make it that much more awesome. That's what I love about the torpedo boats. When you're on the torpedo boats using them, they are really awesome, really maneuverable, and gives a high amount of damage, which is amazing. And I love just dropping them in the water. It makes some great sounds. And the sound when you hear those things whizzing by to you when you're in the destroyer really suck, but hey, I still love it, man. Let's see, I love this cliff gameplay. You know, you got all the cliffs and rocks, you know, it makes it a little bit diverse, you know, and then you have the bunkers and trenches in this little beach area, and I absolutely love that. What I can't wait for is for this to be turned into operations. Once these last two maps get turned into operations, it's gonna be so fun, and I can't wait to see what they do. What the idea that they'll come up with is with all the naval combat and also with the islands mixed in there. I think it would be really sweet. Again, it would probably have a D-Day feel, which would be really awesome. It doesn't matter which one it is, whether you're assaulting or defending. I still think it would be badass for that initial attack. And even after initial attack, they still have some really great solid entrenchments in this game that will make for some really exciting gameplay. And I will think that when that happens will be really great. Now, there is also coming out soon, there's going to be a DLC called Apocalypse if you look on Battlefield 1's website. And Apocalypse, I believe it has 5 new maps. It will have 3 ground maps, and it will also have 2 air combat maps. Now these ground maps, looking at the concept art, if you go and look at the concept art, it looks absolutely stunning. It will look stunning while you are also fucking it up with all the goddamn combat that you're doing. Now, there's also 2 air maps, which I think is awesome because it's just mainly focused on air. That will be absolutely great. And I think on one of the maps it takes place over London, and you have like two different modes that you can play on both of these maps. Well, I think there's actually three. I think one is just an all-out just dogfight between fighters. Then you have one where you kind of attack or defend, whether you have the airship or not. And then there's another one where you have two airships battling it out, and whoever's airship gets destroyed first loses. Now, honestly, that sounds fucking amazing. But I do think that they should add at least like one or two more maps for these naval gameplay maps, because I absolutely love them. You know, add in a submarine, you know, with some depth charges and everything, and just add two more maps, and I think it would be solid. Because they've already, you know, they nailed the air combat, they've nailed the ground combat with infantry and vehicles. And I think that, you know, if they add like two more maps with these naval maps, it'd be great because it's really fun. I never got to play the 1942 or 45 version of Battlefield, but what I hear and what I've seen in the gameplay is amazing with all the destroyers and everything. And I believe in that game they had aircraft carriers with you know, aircraft on it, and that sounds awesome. That would be sweet if they added in here, but hey, you never know, you know, what they might bring. So this is J-Dog for life, guys. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Peace.